One bad move, and suddenly I couldn't even walk. And the worst part about it was I was only a few weeks away from my wedding day. Would I have to be pushed down the aisle in a wheelchair? Would I even be able to stand at the altar? Okay, this is a terrible situation. But this story is not about the injury. It's about the resilience, the strategy, and how setbacks in life and in business can either break you or they can build you. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy Sanford. I am an award winning keynote speaker and business growth consultant. And I want to welcome you to the Mastering Success podcast. Today's episode is how I tore my Achilles weeks before my wedding, and that wasn't even the worst part. Imagine this: you're getting ready to marry the woman of your dreams, the man of your dreams. You're excited. You're super excited because you anticipate the love that's going to be in the air. You are head over heels over the person that you want to spend your life with, and you are literally on cloud nine. The anticipation is building, the excitement is building. You're getting all type of buzz, and people from all around are telling you how excited they are for your wedding. It's the moment that you've been waiting for. And then boom, all of a sudden, it's as if everything crumbles and everything is getting ready to go down the drain because of a basketball game. Imagine this. We're in the middle of the pandemic. I met the love of my life on November the 13th, 2020. We're in the middle of the pandemic and everybody is having a social distance. And I meet the love of my life during this particular time. And I'll have to tell you more about that story a little bit later. It's an amazing story. But during this particular time, I met the love of my life. Shortly after meeting her, a few months after, I knew that she was my wife, and I decided that I wanted to marry her. And so there we were. I proposed to her. It was a super amazing proposal. I'll drop the link in the description of where you can actually find the proposal video. But it was an amazing proposal, and here we were getting ready to go on this journey of setting the stage for this amazing wedding. And of course, you know that every woman intends to have the most grand wedding of all time. So, us as men, we are excited about the wedding, but we're more excited about other things. I'll leave it like that. Um, and so here we were planning for this particular wedding, and we're about 3 months out. We were planning on getting married on May the 14th of 2000, and I believe it was 23. And so here we were, or 22 rather, I'm sorry. May the 14th of 2022. So we're getting ready to embark upon this new journey. I go to the gym. The gym finally opens because throughout the pandemic, you couldn't go to the gym. You know, all the gyms were closed. You had to social distance, keep your mask on, and stay inside. Whatever you do, stay inside. And so here we were planning, and I decided, okay, the gym is finally open. I'm about to go to the gym and I'm going to have a great time. I'm going to get some cardio in because I'm getting a little pudgy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gotta tighten some things up, gotta have that six pack for the wedding night, you know what I'm saying? For the wedding day as well. Gotta get right, you know, because we decided that we were going to have our honeymoon in Miami as well as Colorado. So I wanted to get fit. I wanted to trim up and I headed to the gym. Um, I mean, same place that I had been playing ball for many years. Um, but on this particular occasion, something happened that was super unexpected. Number one, I did not stretch the way that I was supposed to stretch. But I got on the court. We played a couple of games. I won all three games. We were playing full court. And on the fourth game, it just kind of felt like some things were just not right with my legs and just something's a little bit off. I don't know what it is. Well, anyway, I made a move to the basket. And as a result of that, all of a sudden I just fell to the ground and it felt like somebody had hit me in the back of my leg with like a bat or something. I'm just like, what just happened? And I looked down at my leg and I was like, oh God, I know this didn't just happen. I know I did not just tear my Achilles tendon. Now, and nobody got time for this. We got a wedding 90 days away. There is absolutely no way that that just happened. I hope that it is not my Achilles tendon. A couple guys from the court came, tried to help me up. I tried to walk it off, but I literally couldn't move my foot. I couldn't move it at all. And they were helping me off the court. And I was like, man, I hope this is not what I think it is. This is probably my Achilles tendon. The first thing that came to my mind was my fiance, Latricia Renee Ruby Reed Sanford. Reed at the time. She was the first person that came to my mind because I'm super excited about getting married to her. And now I have to possibly explain to her that I've hurt myself in a basketball game and our wedding, is it still going to happen? Is she going to be upset? Are we going to have to push the date back? What are we getting ready to do? How long does an Achilles take to heal? Based off of my knowledge, it takes over a year, you know. So how in the world is this about to work? I'm shattered. I don't know how to even tell her. I'm headed home. My brother has to drive me home. It was a crazy experience. Um, and so at that particular time, I went to the doctor, of course, and the doctor told me that the recovery could take up to a year. Wait a minute, a year? My wedding was just a few months away, and I had two choices in that particular moment: to accept the setback or to fight for the impossible to happen. And here's the crazy part: it wasn't just about me, it was about my soon to be wife, my family, my commitment. I had to decide, would I let this setback define me, or would I allow this setback to redefine me? And so at that particular time, I made up in my mind, hey, let's just do it. Let's go along with this particular journey. Let's get into rehab. Let's just get started. I'm not gonna quit. We are gonna walk down the aisle. We may have to push the date back another 2 months or a couple more weeks, but we're going to have our wedding. I'm going to walk you down the aisle. I'm not rolling down the aisle in a wheelchair. Let's get it started. I told her what happened, and we pushed the date back about 2 months, which that still was pretty quick, 5 to 6 months to be able to walk down the aisle and do different things. So we set out off into that particular journey of getting married, and now I'm having to literally learn how to walk again because I couldn't walk. And so I had to go through an extensive rehab twice a week, every week for 6 months. I had to learn to walk again. Some days um, I question if I ever make it down the aisle on 2 feet. Some days I question, do I even have the drive to even get through a situation like this? But giving up wasn't even an option. And so I tighten up, told myself, give myself a pep talk and say, "Come on, Jeremy, you got this. You can make it. You can do this. Yes, it's difficult. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it feels like it's unfair, but you can do this." And that was the moment that I realized that this event, this injury, was a test, not a test of my body. It was a test of my mindset. Because setbacks don't just happen in life, they happen in business as well. And when they do, you have two choices. You can either crumble under the pressure or you can come back stronger. Let me hit you with some facts. Did you know that 20% of businesses fail within the first year? So if you're a business owner and you made it past the first year, you're doing great. Another fact is that in the first 5 years, nearly 50% of them are gone. Why? Because setbacks happen. That's just a truth in life. It's a principle in life and in business. Setbacks happen. Markets shift. Deals fall through. Challenges hit us unexpectedly. But what separates those that succeed from those that don't It's not about avoiding the setbacks, it's how you respond to them. So, what separates those that go out of business and those that actually catapult to the next level is how people respond to setbacks. Okay. And so I want to give you just a few quick tips on how to respond to setbacks. Number one is you have to audit and adapt quickly. When I tore my Achilles, I didn't just sit there hoping that I would heal fast. I had to get strategic. I had to make a concerted effort, a plan on how I was going to be able to walk my soon to be wife down the aisle. I began to do the research. Should I go surgery route, non-surgical route? What's the pros? What's the cons? What's the risk factors? And so I had to audit and I had to adapt. I decided to go the non-surgical route. Through research, I felt like it was the best approach for me. It was the lowest risk, and it got almost an exact same outcome as going the surgical route. And so I decided to go that route. And so when you're facing setbacks, you have to audit what is happening and you have to learn to adapt quickly to that particular situation. So the first step to overcoming a setback is auditing the damage. Where are our weak spots? What's working? What's not? And and that's what I do. I help businesses to pinpoint their blind spots and create a pivot plan and a pivot plan that works fast. Number two, when you face setbacks, you have to build a resilient foundation. I had to completely change how I trained, I walked, and even stood after my injury. And businesses need to do the same. They need to learn to adapt. A strong foundation, clear systems, financial buffers, and a growth mindset helps you to withstand the unexpected. That's why companies that invest in coaching and infrastructures don't just survive setbacks, they actually dominate them. And then, number three, when you're facing a setback as a business owner, you need to surround yourself with the right support. I didn't rehab by myself. I had experts guiding me through physical therapists, doctors, and my support system. The same principle applies to business. The entrepreneurs who bounce back the fastest are not the ones that try to do it alone. They're the ones who have the right coaches, mentors, and networks that are actually pushing them forward. And that's exactly what I do for businesses. I help them to recover, to rebuild, and to grow stronger than ever before. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're a leader, you're a business owner facing a tough setback, let me tell you this, you can come back stronger. You can come back stronger than ever before, in fact. And I'll show you how to fight through the pain because some of you, you're dealing with an Achilles tear of your business. You've fallen down, you don't know how to get up, and you don't know what the strategy is for moving forward. But there's hope because there's people that can support you in your recovery. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you're down, your business is just at a plateau, then reach out. Even drop within the comment section discovery, and we'll set up a discovery call just for you and we'll make it happen. Again, this is Jeremy Sanford with the Mastering Success Podcast. I am a growth consultant and keynote speaker, and we look forward to working with you. We'll see you in the next one.